My family threw me out the day they found out I was pregnant. 10 years later, they had no idea who I had become, or who my daughter's father really was. My family threw me out the day they found out I was pregnant. I was 19 years old. To understand what happened, you need to understand my family. The Whitmores were old money, 4 generations of it. I was 17 when I met Sebastian. He worked at the little coffee shop where I studied after school. Quiet, kind, the kind of boy who remembered your order and always held the door. I never stood a chance. We started meeting in secret, in parks and quiet corners of the city. Because deep down, I already knew. My family would never accept a boy who worked behind a counter for a living. I was 19 when I found out. I took 3 tests just to be sure. All 3 were positive. And everything changed. When I told Sebastian, he didn't run. He held me close and promised he would protect me and our baby no matter what. We drove to my parents' mansion that Sunday night. My whole family was there. Even my grandfather Walter had come for dinner. I stood up and told them everything. That I was pregnant, keeping my baby, marrying Sebastian, and then the silence came. My mother rose slowly from her chair. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You are no longer a Whitmore." My grandfather Walter sat frozen, hand over his mouth. He was the only one who looked at me like I was still human. She pointed to the door without hesitation. "Pack your things and leave. You are dead to me." My sister Vanessa actually smirked. She leaned back and watched my world fall apart with a smile on her face. I begged my father with my eyes to say something, but he just turned away. His silence hurt more than any words. I packed 2 suitcases with shaking hands. Everything I owned, leaving the only home I'd ever known, with a baby inside me. My grandfather tried to stop her. He said, "Victoria, she's your daughter. She's pregnant." But she wouldn't listen. An hour later, I stood on that porch in the rain. Sebastian held me while I sobbed that we would be okay. We moved into a tiny apartment above a Chinese restaurant. $400 a month, barely affordable. But it was ours. I worked 2 jobs. He worked 3. We were exhausted every day. But we had each other, and we were happy. Pregnant and on my feet for 12-hour shifts. My back ached, but I never complained. Every dollar was for our future. At 7 months pregnant, Sebastian came home with a strange look. He held my hands and said, "There's something I have to tell you." And then he told me the truth he'd been hiding. Sebastian wasn't just a barista. He'd been hiding who he really was. He was the heir to one of the largest tech empires in the country. His real name was Sterling. The Sterlings were worth $2 billion. I just stared at him, trying to understand. The boy who made me coffee was a billionaire's son who walked away from everything. But fate is cruel in ways we can't prepare for. 3 weeks later, Sebastian was killed in a car accident. The phone rang at midnight. The second I heard the voice, I knew. My whole world went silent. I sank to the floor and screamed. 8 months pregnant, completely alone. The love of my life was gone forever. 1 month later, I gave birth, completely alone. No husband, no family, just me and the most beautiful baby girl. I named her Aurora because Sebastian said our daughter would bring light into the world. He was right. At his funeral, I met his parents for the first time. His mother, Catherine, his father, William, broken by the same grief. They wrapped their arms around me and my daughter. They said the words I never expected. You are our family now. They offered me everything. Money, a home, security. But I said no. I wanted to build something on my own. So I took my baby, changed my name, and moved to a new city. No safety net, just a promise to build from nothing. Every night after Aurora slept, I studied. Business, finance, investing, building knowledge while the world slept. My first company started impossibly small. But I had something my family never understood. A daughter who deserved the world. By 24, I bought my first company. Then another, and another. Every signature a step toward the future. By the time Aurora turned 10, I owned 6 companies. My net worth passed 9 figures, and no one from my old life knew. But none of the money ever mattered as much as this. My daughter, safe and warm, falling asleep to bedtime stories. Aurora knows her father through photos and stories. She has his eyes, his kindness, his light. Then, exactly 10 years after they threw me out, an envelope arrived. The invitation I'd waited a decade for. But that's a story for next week. Subscribe so you don't miss part 2, because what happened next changed everything.